boys are back. The boys are back. I had to hit. We were actually going to screw around and not start the show for another 5 minutes, but JJ wouldn't shut the fuck up. So we actually came on. Thanks to JJ for doing his thing. Joey Work's hanging out with us today. He's got I've never seen the Padres hat on Joey Work. And then Gary's back. Gary. I have not talked to you since you went to Thailand, man. So I would like one story from Thailand. Can we get that before we get into the good mornings and what the hell's going on with the rest of the guys?
The best story I got is I came home with Bell's palsy.
What the hell is that?
See my smile?
Yeah.
I can't smile.
Oh, stop it.
The left side of my face doesn't work, Holden.
Did you get hit in the face with a ping pong ball too hard?
No, it's like a pinched nerve behind your ear.
Oh,
like
that's
it pinches
horrible,
your
man.
nerve, and I can't use the left side of my face. It's been a month now.
Sorry to hear
that. Does it go away?
They say it could possibly go away. The doctor was like, after 6 months, we'll try Botox. I'm like, Botox? They'll just inject some shit in there and like open it up, hopefully. But
sorry I asked. Gary,
Thailand was awesome. I highly recommend Thailand. I did not go to any ping pong shows though.
Way to get the show off to a rocket-fueled head start, Holden.
Well, I was hoping he'd like talk about ping pong shows or, crazy hooker parties, but no, he didn't. He got some palsy thing and didn't go well. Yeah. Wish I would have talked to you about it before the show, but I didn't. So this is what we deserve. Joey Work, again, haven't seen you in a Padres hat. What's the shirt going on today? What the hell's going on in Joey world?
This is my friend's clothing brand, Up All Night. Shout him out. Matches the hat, so I'm rocking it.
All right. You're not the only one with the Bell's palsy, buddy. Corey Pooler says you are too. JJ, you're some type of palsy. Talk to me here. What's going on?
Not too much. You just wake up and put one foot in front of the other. You thank the Lord when the feet hit the floor. I figure I'll be a little more religious this show because last week I got shit on for making quote unquote religious comments while people were gambling in church. So this week is all about showing my inner religion and thanking God for every day that we're here.
This show has not started the way I thought it would. We got one guy with a disorder. We got one guy going straight Jesus, and then Joey Work did not have much to say. So here's what I could say. Just hit the like button would be great. We have a promo code SUMMER33, SUMMER33, 33% off your first payment of a monthly or even a weekly plan. So that's great. Nobody else is giving you that. You get our optimizer for DFS. Gary's here to handle the DFS side. Then we got the bet side. Joey Work has just been on fire. Kush the Mush got a couple more plays coming up here pretty soon. Spread, Tyler, the NBA boys. So things are going, you know what? I got to tell you something. This dude's 100%. This show starts exactly the way we all expected it to. You're right. Complete dumpster fire. So it's great to see here. We got a big baseball slate to get into. Gary's going to hang out with us on the DFS side. What's your dad up to, JJ? I saw you guys were doing a show or something together. Is something going on with him? Is he alive? Is he okay?
Yeah, I talked to him for a half hour yesterday. He's in good spirits. He's happy. I couldn't get him off the phone, but he means well. He's a very nice guy. I like him.
Your dad or JJ's dad?
JJ's dad.
JJ's dad. Yes, Dunkel. What do you get your dad for Father's Day, which is coming up 2 weeks from today?
I'm not going to get him anything. I don't usually get him anything. It's just kind of the relationship we have. I feel like what you can do for them is obviously get them a card, something sentimental, but he's not that type of dad. So there's really not, I can't buy him anything because, he could just buy it for himself. So what do I give him, Holden? I give him my time. I will be up there. I will be up there in 2 weeks, spending a few days over by him. Maybe it's my biased opinion. It's the best gift I can give him.
Yeah, me and my family, we don't exchange gifts or cards or anything. We just, give phone calls, and that's all you need to do. Joey Work, what are you shaking your head about, my friend?
I was going,
agreeing.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. My kids are going to make some shitty thing out of clay that I'll throw away and,
that's why you're a douchebag, right? Obviously they're putting the time and effort into it.
No. Basically my girlfriend's going to end up doing it and they're going to be like, oh, here it is. So it's not even going to be worth it. Just chuck it. That's all we got to do. Let's get into the slate. No more screwing around. We got a big one. There's no Wander Franco for Tampa Bay today. And then there's no Kirilloff. He just got scratched. So a couple things coming down. Lineups are still coming in. But we'll start with the betting side of things, then we'll get to the DFS side of things. We're going to begin with the Rays and the Red Sox. Guys, the weather does not look good here whatsoever, but I'll give you the lines anyways. I don't care. 9 is the total, minus 105 for the Red Sox. Tanner Houck on the mound. Taj Bradley going for the Rays. I wonder what Gary's got to say about Bradley today. Minus 125 for Tampa Bay. Joey Work. Anything working for you in this game? And I can't, that was an accident on the working for you. Is anything going on in this game?
I'll just say, yesterday they played a doubleheader and there was 0 homers in either of those games because of the weather. But JJ does have a play in this game, so we should have went to him first.
I didn't look at the bet sheet yet. Sorry, JJ.
That's typical Holden hosting, right? I mean,
it's happening.
It's just a matter of when the mistakes come. Now today they came at the first game, but usually it takes them a few games or two before those mistakes start to pile up.
Can I be honest with you, JJ? I just went to the better. So it just happened to be Joey Work and not you. So I usually want to stay. I usually want to go to the best and then go to you, but you had the bet. So let's go.
I really like Boston here as a small dog. I feel like they should be a small favorite here. And I'm definitely not somebody that is like anti-Tampa in any way. So I think like this would make a lot more sense coming from Joey. But if anything, I'm pro Tampa. But I just like Tanner Houck's been good. Like I know his ERA looks terrible or looks below average, but like the advanced stuff looks really good for him. Tampa went through their pen yesterday, and it's not even like they've had a great pen anyway this year. I'm not a huge fan of Bradley. I just think there's a lot of things that check in Boston's favor today. I know, Holden, you briefly touched on the weather. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It doesn't look like the game's not going to play. I mean, it's cold, but I mean, the game should play. And I think I'm getting the better starting arm. I'm getting the better lineup. And I'd argue I'm getting either at minimum an equal pen here. And I'm getting them at a small dog price. Just feels like a lot of heavy biases in front of Tampa for this line. So, yeah, I like to spot with Boston. I feel like they should be minus 150, minus 120, almost like this line should be completely reversed. So, yeah, jumped on plus 102 for the Red Sox.
All right, very good. Joey Work, you want to throw anything in here or just move on to DFS?
They did play a doubleheader, so both teams' pens were used a lot. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I like to play.
All right, very good. Gary, let's break this down from a DFS side. So no Wander in there right now, but talk to me. What else is going on with this game? Do you like either offenses? Because after listening to Joey JJ talk, it just doesn't sound like a great atmosphere in the low 50s with clouds, rains, and wind.
Yeah, I mean, I always like Tampa Bay bats, especially when they're going to be lower owned. Today they're going to be lower owned too, but I just can't do it with this weather today. But I am kind of opposite the other two guys here. I mean, I really am impressed with Taj Bradley. I think he's going to be a really good pitcher. He's got a 34% strikeout rate on the season, 4% walk rate. He's got the lowest xFIP on the slate at 2.78. I just think he's a stud. He got up to 90 pitches in his last start. So Taj Bradley is my favorite pitcher on the board today in DFS. I think he's too cheap. He's got a massive swing and strike rate, massive 34% K rate. I'm not scared of this Boston lineup and the weather. Weather is in his favor here too, and I don't think he's going to be high owned like at all at 8,800. I think he's got 30-point upside here. So I'm not scared of this Boston lineup. I would probably lean Rays on the betting side, but I mean, I like the Rays offense this year. I think they just keep getting it done, but I can't play them in DFS with the environment here. And we got some other games in like 90-degree weather too, so. Listen, Taj Bradley for me.
Supposed to have some drizzle, so they're going to play this game. It just looks nasty as far as the weather goes. All right, let's keep rolling here. Our next game to get into will be the Phillies and the Nationals. Our favorite punching bag, Ranger Suarez on the mound against Trevor Williams. Gary, I know you got some words to say on Trevor Williams, but let's go to the betting side first. Again, the total is healthy. It's 9. Phillies minus 155 on the road. The Nats plus 135. Joey Work, any thoughts here? Because on the DFS side, I always like throwing a little Nationals mini stack together. They're not a team that's going to hit a bunch of bombs, but at plus money today, it's at least worth a look, right?
Yeah, the Phillies have been playing terrible too as of late. Nationals, not terrible. I thought that probably they'd be worse, but they're playing, decent ball, competing in all games. But here we get Ranger Suarez and Nationals versus lefties. As I said multiple times this year, pretty damn good. Top 5 in almost all offensive categories versus lefties. On the other end, the Phillies versus Trevor Williams. Trevor Williams is a guy, a little smoking mirrors. I think he is getting a little luck his way. His advanced numbers are not very good this year. And his career advanced numbers haven't been that good. He doesn't really have overpowering stuff. And the Phillies have seen him 100 at-bats, bat 428, X-weighted on base percentage against him, 629 slugging against him. At first, I was looking at a Nationals maybe total, but Nationals total is either 4 or, 3.5 heavily juiced. So I do think both teams likely score here. The pens yesterday, the Phillies used, I think, every single arm out of their pen yesterday. Maybe one arm they didn't use, or 2 arms they didn't use out of the pen. Every other arm threw yesterday. And I really don't trust the Washington's bullpen at all either. So I'm taking the over here, over 9, full game, -108 via FanDuel.
I like it. JJ, talk to me here. Anything to add?
No, I agree with Joe. I think the spot makes sense for runs for sure.
All right, Gary, DFS wise, again, I like targeting Ranger Suarez. I love Riley Adams against a left-hander. He's always cheap. This week, though, they bumped him up to 3,200 on DraftKings, so maybe they're starting to catch on to him. Any other Nationals or Phillies that you like from this game? Because I think Lane Thomas is another play. I'm always going with Nationals minis against left-handers. How about you?
Oh, for sure. Ranger Suarez is just terrible. 395 WOBA against righties, 220 ISO against righties. So the righties are definitely my focus here for the Nationals. I'm not going to 5-man them here just because they're tough. They're tough to get a full 5-man stack in with. But like you said, Lane Thomas, Joey Meneses, Candelario is on a heater right now. I like him quite a bit here too. Even Vargas in the 7-hole. And I really like Riley Adams against left-handers. So I definitely prefer the Washington side here. The Philly side is going to be chalky on the slate. They have one of the higher implied team totals on the slate, but for good reason. I mean, Kyle Schwarber is 10 of 31 with 4 bombs off Trevor Williams. Trey Turner's 5 of 13 with 3 bombs off Trevor Williams. So those 2 guys are your BVP plays. JT Realmuto, also a great play here. I like Brandon Marsh too as a lower. Like if you're going to stack this team, I would recommend getting in like a Brandon Marsh type play. He's going to be lower owned. He's batting in the 7-hole. So like that a little bit, but I'm going to be underweight on the Phillies here, just as chalk on a massive 10-game slate. I'd rather do the mini stacks on the Washington side.
All right. Very good. I like it. Thumbs up. Let's get the like button going, everybody. We're having a fun show on this Sunday morning running through. Joey's still got a couple of bets here. JJ's going to be breaking it down again. Gary will be here right through the end of the main slate, So we'll hang out with him. And I got to tell you, Joey's the best at plugging things. I'll just lead in with this. Summer 33, 33% off your subscription of a weekly or monthly plan. First payment right here at Run Pure Sports. Add the bet side for $20. I mean, Joey. Every night I go to sleep. I fall asleep before the games are over. I wake up in the morning. My bank account, the bankroll is still building, my friend. I want to thank you for that. I mean, the bet side going nuts. Baseball and in the NBA side. So talk to us. What do we got going on the bet side right now?
Can you hear this idiot fucking cutting the lawn?
No.
No,
but I think it would be funny. It would be funny if you got up right now, left your door open, and started yelling at him to turn it off.
You want me to do that?
Yes, I really do. And then JJ can talk about the rest. I mean, how do you not just love Joey work?
Yeah. So yes, as we get closer and closer, as we get closer and closer to. Can't imagine how much more talking there would be.
That was it. I'm trying to do a show here.
I probably should have put it on mute, but
Joey, I'll have you know, Holden's like, I'll pass it to JJ to talk on the bets end, and then he goes like this. As you're screaming.
We heard him yell. Come on, man.
But yeah, no, a lot of good stuff. Obviously, French Open final week, and then we finally move over to grass on tennis, which will be great. Baseball's been great, and there's just a lot more content overall, right? I mean, between Spread and Tyler's playbooks, which don't get nearly enough credit that they deserve, and Joey continues to just smash baseball every day. And yeah, like I said, as we get closer and closer, college football's 7 weeks away, or I guess 10 weeks away. NFL is not far behind either. So yeah, just a lot of good stuff as we prep for the most fun time of the year, which is the start of NFL. Yeah,
we keep forgetting the hottest bet at our RPS though is Kush the Mush. I mean, it just doesn't stop. this show.
What's your record?
Probably like 4-1. Well, if you go to the basketball, probably
like
7-1.
On your Kush Mush plays, not like
4-2, I think, with plus money on 2 of the bets.
Nice.
So yeah, it's going well so far. But you're supposed to bet opposite him. So I'm definitely Mush definitely getting lucky. If you bet against him long term, you're gonna win. I just think, maybe you settle down and don't bet against him.
Keep the stick up. Once you get to fucking like 60 plays, if you're actually winning, you fucking switch it around.
That's not good. No, because then that's the whole. Yeah, what?
Coach the Bush is everything Ben the Better wants to be, right?
Yeah.
So you guys told me about this Ben the Better guy, and then I looked him up, and he really doesn't do much shtick, though. Like, what's his deal?
I don't think you've ever seen his face.
Oh, no one's ever seen his face?
I haven't. I don't know. That's what most of these jabronis on Twitter that send out fucking whale cock plays. You never see their face because they suck.
Well, I mean, I suck, but I'm embracing it. Unfortunately, my suck is starting to turn into too much good. So
I didn't mean that towards you.
No. It's okay. I said it myself. Let's keep going, though. We have other games to talk about. We've got the Oakland A's at the Miami Marlins. Imagine going to this game. How many people seriously are in the stands for an A's Marlins game, even though it's Sunday? Paul Blackburn, Sandy Alcantara is the matchup. And JJ, I'm going to start with you here. What's going on with Alcantara, man? Because everybody keeps saying, his stuff is the same as it's ever been. Well, guess what? His numbers aren't the same as they've ever been.
I trust Alcantara. He'll figure it out. He's too good not to, unless he's hurt, which is always a possibility that he's, throwing hurt, but or with a minor ailment. But no, I think Alcantara will be fine. In relation to this, I think the sports market or books are in an interesting place in relation to the Athletics every day, because I think people thought the Reds last year would be kind of like where the Athletics are, especially with how the Reds started, if you guys remember last year. Mm-hmm. But man, this has got to be the worst team. I mean, this got to be one of the worst teams going at least a decade, right? Maybe even 2 decades, which to me puts sports books in an interesting spot, because they're going to continue to overjuice their lines. But like, it doesn't even seem to matter. Like this team just has no lineup. They have no starting pitching. They have no bullpen. And no matter who's throwing, I mean, I guess what I find interesting here, and I don't know how there wouldn't be value on Alcantara. The dude yesterday was minus 210. And Alcantara is definitely a better arm than this guy. I know that he's struggling a bit. It just seems weird to me that this line isn't like minus 300. I get it. It's just another scenario where who the hell is lining up to bet the Athletics every day? Like, I don't even know who's doing it. I guess you're somewhat syndicates that it hits a certain number and they bounce at it. But in relation to this game, I'd prefer Alcantara's side. I feel like the line's a little soft, even at the price that it is. Maybe you lay a run and a half or not. But as I said on the show yesterday, I just don't bet for or against typically your 2 to 3 best teams and 2 to 3 worst teams in the league at present time, just because the market's over inflated against them, or for them. But I think going forward, it's an interesting spot with the Athletics, because you probably just fade them every day, and it's hard to imagine you won't win money.
Yeah, I still think the 03 Tigers are the worst team I've ever seen. The Orioles had a really bad team a couple of years ago, but I mean, they lost 119 games the Tigers did in 2003. Wow. And they were actually on the cusp of being good, because by 2005, didn't they get to the World Series? So Jeremy Bonderman, AJ Hinch, that's the worst team I've ever seen. Joey, the A's are historically bad, though. Is there any reason to back them?
I mean, I did bet them on game 1 of this series on the first 5, and I lost 2-0, but it was honestly very, very. They could have easily won that first 5. The Asian guy was pitching in the first inning. He had the first 2 outs, 0-2 on a guy. He throws his bat out there, 102-mile-an-hour fastball, gets a lucky single. Next guy hits an Oppo Taco homer, and that was the only 2 runs they scored in the first 5. So it wasn't terrible, but I'm not betting them here. Obviously, Alcantara is a guy. I know his number's not great thus far, but I definitely trust him. He won the fucking Cy Young last year, okay? Let's not throw him out of the pocket. And like JJ mentioned yesterday, we got the same line with Yuri Perez on the hill. I get it. I guess Paul Blackburn's a little better than the starter yesterday for Oakland, but Blackburn's not really a guy I trust. He's only had 1 start thus far this year. He pitched 4 innings, so he's probably on a pitch count, handed over to his bullpen, which is arguably the worst in baseball. And Blackburn's career numbers are not very good either. So, yeah, it's hard to put any money on Oakland. It is. And then never mind Luis Ariz, who's probably like, however you say the name, is best hitter in baseball. He's batting 400 on the year. Guy fucking gets a hit almost every time he gets up. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.
I can't believe he ended up on the Marlins. Like, the dude's so good. Like, I don't know. How does he end up on that team? Crazy.
You know.
I don't know. B shot. Yes, AJ Hinch is the current manager, and he was on that team too. I mean, it was a really bad team. Gary, on the DFS side, I think you like both these starting pitchers, don't you?
I mean, so yes and
They're
no.
in the pool.
Sandy Alcantara is going to be the highest owned pitcher on the slate today. He's $9,000 facing Oakland at home. He's going to be reaching upwards of 50% ownership on this slate. I can't do it. I can't do it here. Like everyone has said, the results have just not been there for him. He still has a 13.5% swing and strike rate on the year. His walks are definitely up. He's been walking a lot more lefties. So, I mean, Oakland does have only 3 lefties in the lineup today, so that could possibly help him here. I'm just going to fade Alcantara as chalk here because he's not even averaging 20 fantasy points a game. I think I can go elsewhere for more upside. And on the other side, it's just if you need a cheap guy, he's 7,100, Paul Blackburn. Yes, he only pitched 4 innings. He went 81 pitches. So I think you could get up to 90 pitches here, maybe could get through 5 innings. Like I said, it's just an MME play, definitely not a single entry or 3 max play. But I just mentioned Alcantara in the playbook because, I mean, he's going to be massively owned. I mean, you have to make that decision on your own, whether you're going to play him or not, but I will not be playing him today.
Okay. I don't blame you. Thumbs up.
We have a question in the chat that needs addressing.
Is it what am I getting JJ for Father's Day? Or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty accurate question, so I'm just wondering
what the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Are you my daddy or something?
I think that's what it's implying.
I mean, that's what you're saying?
And Brandon's a super sharp guy. And by the way, Dirk, this is a hurtful comment. This is a very hurtful comment.
Oh, come on. We don't even need to talk about that. That's just lowbrow. That's lowbrow humor. I was not the one that put that up on the screen. That's lowbrow humor. Absolutely. I don't like it. I don't back it. I don't accept it. And we need to get it off of here. Come on. Give me a break, guys. Give me an absolute break. Whew. Summer 33. Just use that code and then everything's better. So our next game.
I'll take a fleshlight, by the way, Holden. Thank you.
Speaking of which, I think me and Lisa Ann are on the outs. She's not happy about my Twitter situation. We had a little text message back and forth, and she wrote, "Yikes." And then I got nothing back. So those days are over. It was good when I was in my prime. We're 2 years later.
Like you guys are dating or something? You have a fucking girlfriend, I thought.
Like it's all over. Like there's just nothing, dude. There's no chance. There's nothing. It's over.
On the outs would imply that you two were like something, and I don't know if that was the case.
Yeah.
So our next game to get to would be the Toronto Blue Jays and the New York Mets. Kikuchi and Senga, the pitching matchup. 8.5 is the total. Toronto plus 120. The Mets minus 140. I don't see a play on the board here, so let's just go to you, JJ. Can you start with Senga? Like, what is your breakdown of Senga now? We're 2 months into the season. What are you seeing from him?
He's kind of figured some things out in some ways, and obviously some ways he still struggles. I think this is a good spot for him though, and I'm just not a Kikuchi guy. I get it, he's got the record. I get it, he's shown some promise in certain starts, but the Mets just have dudes that can crush lefties that don't really K a lot of dudes. But the line's probably about fair because Kikuchi does seem to warrant respect in the marketplace. Called a small lean in favor of the Mets, but I am interested in Gary's take on the DFS side because, like, to me, Senga's interesting today. Probably a relatively lower ownership, especially if you're fading the heavy chalk in Alcantara. But no, nothing I love here. Would slightly lean, lay the half-run first 5 with the Mets, but don't necessarily love it per se.
All right, stop trying to host because Gary's third in line here. We do DFS late. Joey Work, anything?
Yeah, Holden, I guess you really didn't look at the bet sheet. You just say, you just close your eyes and like,
Mets first 5, right? You got the Mets first 5 today.
Yeah, no big deal. But yep. So I am betting the Mets first 5 minus half run plus 105 via bet MGM. Kikuchi's terrible on the road. His advanced numbers have been absolutely terrible thus far this year. Almost 50% hard hit rate, 509 slugging against. I mean, the only thing he does positive, he doesn't walk anybody. Senga, as we've seen the last couple of starts, he's pitched really, really well. Yeah, I think the last 3 starts, he's really, turned a leaf here. He's pitched almost 20 innings, only allowed 4 total home runs. His strikeouts through the roof. He does at time have problems walking people, but if he doesn't walk anybody, I mean, he's going to fucking cruise here. He pitches better at home. His ERA at home is 1.2. His ERA on the road is 6. So big vice versa here. And for same thing for Kikuchi. Kikuchi always pitches better at home than on the road. His ERA on the road so far this year, 5.23. So this is quite easy. I think the Mets probably up like 2-3-1, 2-0 after 5. So I'm betting the Mets first 5, -0.5 plus 105 via BetMGM. I gave that out last night. I would assume the line's about around there.
I just got it this morning. I did look at the sheet. I was lying. So yes, it's right where you said it was. Gary, so do we want good JJ? Do you like you're disappointed? Give me a break. You live in a pool of disappointment. So Gary, thoughts on Senga and Kikuchi today? I mean, how do you attack this game, or is it a full fade?
I think I'm just sitting this one out. I understand Senga. Saber just updated for me. I'm seeing Senga as the second highest owned pitcher on the slate against Toronto. It scares me a little bit. I mean, he's coming off a ceiling game. He scored 38 DraftKings points in his last start. Yes, he has been much better at home. But, man, I'm not going to let one start with no walks track me into roster and Senga today. I'm going to give it a couple more starts because the dude 2 starts ago, he just walked 5 batters. So, and Toronto's got a lineup where, they have almost this current lineup has almost a 10% walk rate. So I'm going to sit Senga out. I'm going to sit this whole game out. If there was a lean here, DFS wise, it would be a Mets mini stack for sure.
Yeah.
But it's 65 degrees, 12-mile-an-hour wind blowing in. Just not the best hitting environment here. But the candidates would be Lindor, Alonso, Escobar, those kind of guys. A little 2 or 3 man mini stack. But for the most part, I'll be sitting it out.
All right, Terry Niehaus, that's Terrence Niehaus, aka Uncle T, and we've added a new section in our MLB section. So you get the cores, you get cores, you get playbook, you get handedness, and you get Uncle T's workbench. Now, to this point this year, it is blank, but I bet you Uncle T is going to get him some before the end of the year. So I'm looking forward to it, Uncle Terry. Go get you some ass, especially on Father's Day. Now, I watch Joey work videos sometimes. This is Joey work. Fucking run pure fucking sports. Run pure fucking bets. If you don't tell me, you're a fucking loser. Like, you say F words a lot, and I like it, and then you scream at people. So can you please plug the site with a lot of F-bombs?
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is not PG. Every time I do a stream, I do put the explicit content on. So that's the first thing you see. When I do a card stream, that's the first thing you see. You have to accept that, and then I can say whatever I want. But, run pure bets, runpuresports.com. The DFS side, you guys already know, does the fucking job every single day. Mm-hmm. The guys, we have plenty of cords up there killing it. The screenshots speak for themselves. Best in the industry. On the other end, we got the bet side, JJI. Holden's putting picks up there. Obviously, we have Spread, Tyler, Cargo. We got more people putting picks up there as well every day, every play, fully tracked. I mean, record speaks for itself. I don't exactly know what to tell you. What's the new promo code?
Summer 33% off your first payment of a weekly or monthly plan.
Wow, that was pretty good. Yeah, thanks. So we should cut that and make that and put that on like all the social medias. Holden just doing that.
Tell you what, Holden, OxyClean could have used you decades ago. You got talent, kid.
You know what, man? Back in the day when I was thinking about using crack and I never did it, I was like, I could do this ShamWow thing. All I need is some hard drugs, but I never did. We keep it to marijuana. We don't do hard drugs. If anybody does hard drugs, you're not welcome here. We don't do
Nothing was better, though, than that duct tape that fixed everything.
Thanks for saving me on that diatribe. I really was going nowhere with it. Let's see what DFS has to say. Number 272, Hurtful. The panel looks, I get it. Catch a Predator lineup. Is that me or you?
That's gotta be because I think, I'll be honest, DFS. I like that actually. I'll be honest. If Holden's not on this show, I don't think the Catch a Predator line is there. I think it's purely targeted at you.
Summer 33 for 33% off Holden shaft, 1 inch off. Let's move on.
Brandon's bringing the heat. That's what we kind of expect out of McNair, right? He brings the heat.
All right. So maybe we do need a Run Pure Bets infomercial. Did we ever think about this? I mean, maybe Joey Work is a special guest.
I want to be clear. I was being very facetious on you.
No, I'm not, though. I think Run Pure Bets needs a freaking infomercial. Gary, thoughts on an infomercial for Run Pure Bets? I'm doing my thing. Joey comes in. Everything's good. Yes or no?
No, I'm good. I'm good on that.
Thanks, Bell's palsy.
We need it.
Huh?
I think we need it.
I do too. Whatever, Gary. Brewers at the Reds. Ben Lively, who's been pretty good since I like Ben Lively, be perfectly honest with you. Over 9.5, under 9.5. That's the total. -10. Both sides. -105 Brewers, -115 Reds. This thing's kind of cut down the middle here. I don't see any bets on the sheet. So JJ, since it's not that important, let's go to you.
Yeah. Hauser, I don't even know what to make of this dude. Like, I don't know. I guess he's found something. Maybe he needs to piss in a cup. Like, this dude was terrible for years, and like all of a sudden he found something. Lively, I don't know. I don't really trust him. I get it. He's looked good. Yesterday, I bet this game over. There was a ton of runs. Today, I don't feel as confident though. To me, I have no conviction on this game either way. I do lean the Brewers though. I think that Hauser's been throwing well, and I'm just not trusting what I've seen from Lively. So yeah, call it a lean Brewers at this small price, but I don't necessarily love it. And I definitely am not going to be on the over today versus like I was.
A couple things. First of all, Mangone, stay in your lane, buddy. Just go put player props up. We don't give a shit what you have to say about NASCAR. And then this is just gross, William. I almost want to put you on a timeout. We're not going to go down that route. I use paste.
I think that's a great take. I want to be clear. That's a great take.
I mean, I could say something really gross, but I won't. It's true. Joey, what do you got from the Brewers at the Reds?
Yeah, so Lively's advanced numbers have been good, but I mean, the guy throws a fucking 91-mile-an-hour fastball. So, yeah. I mean, regression is coming. Just like Joe Ryan. Everyone wants to suck off Joe Ryan. I've been saying this. Like, I get it. Last start was the worst start he had all year. He's a really, really good pitcher, but he's not going to be under 2 ERA the whole year. So Lively probably gets hit here. On the Milwaukee Brewers lineup is quite sketchy today. Adrian Hauser, another guy. I mean, he is throwing the fastest he's thrown. I think his fastball is the highest it's been since 2011-ish, 2010. So he has added a little velocity, but definitely not somebody I trust. He prefers to pitch at home. So here is his another start on the road. He gave up 6 earned runs in Toronto. His last start out, he throws 92, 93, 94. He sits around there on the fastball, but yeah, his advanced number's not very good. So, yeah, I don't trust really either guy. He doesn't really strike many people out. The only thing he has going really doesn't walk many people. So I do expect runs, but, yeah, I did stay away as well.
One other thing from this game, and who was it? Tony A., the Brewers lineup looks ugly. If you guys don't know, there's a really cool story. John Singleton. So This dude's hitting cleanup for the Brewers today. I remember it was a Nationals Astros game. George Springer was out there, and John Singleton was supposed to be like he was their best prospect, not freaking George Springer. Years later, Alex Bregman. This dude ran into some drug problems. He's back. Like, he hasn't played in years. I didn't even remember the guy. He's back today. So I'm not saying play him in DFS, but if you get a chance to look
for a guy like that.
What's that? Yeah, I'm rooting for him. Absolutely. What do you got here, Gary? We're not playing John Singleton in DFS, but you want to play either one of these pitchers? Because I was looking at Lively, but then I'm hearing the guys talk about it. Maybe there's some regression coming, so talk to me.
Man, the Brewers are going to be the highest owned stack on the slate today. And I just saw the lineup just like y'all did, and man, I cannot play this lineup, especially. I mean, I know it's going to be 90 degrees in Cincinnati. There's a little bit of wind blowing out in the small park. I get it. They put up a bunch of runs yesterday. I just can't do it. Not going to do it. Prefer the Cincy side here for bats. McLean, India, Fraley, Steer, and Stevenson would be my focus. Not a 5-man, but probably a 2 to 3-man mini stack. This guy for the what's his name? Lively. He's looked pretty good. He's got he's only got a 10% swing and strike rate so far on the year. He does have a 27% strikeout rate, and he's done that against some pretty good teams: Boston, St. Louis, New York. So I have a little bit of interest in Lively here. I like recent performance a lot when in DFS, and he's got a 3.30 xFIP, which is, let's see, third lowest on the slate. So yeah, I prefer Lively here a little bit and MME stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to get the Milwaukee, especially as mega chalk. I mean, like they're going to be the highest owned 5-man stack on the slate today, and I just can't do it.
No, let's not bother with it. Like button would be great. Let's get to 150 before everything's done. Daniel Mordorf chiming in today. Singleton's story sounds exactly like Holden's story, but before he took over hosting. Yes. Was that the dog, Gary?
Yeah.
Did the dog miss you when you were in Thailand? Like, what did he come back and did he smell stuff on you? What did he do?
I got 3 dogs and they all like jumped all over me for like 2 hours. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, that makes you feel good.
I don't know why people don't like dogs.
The only person that doesn't like dogs is Tony.
Yeah,
Big T.
That was a little nudge at Big T.
That was.
Like, how do you not like a dog?
More of them. He deserves more of them. DFS can't find Dunkel on Discord. You're not missing anything. Hit up Joey Work instead.
No, I mean literally DFS. The name that's in this corner is literally the name in Discord. I mean, just fire away.
You literally have the worst Twitter handle because I sometimes I look for you and I got to put like a 3 in there somewhere. But at least you have a Twitter handle, so what am I going to say?
How many uncles are you following? What do you mean you got to put the 3? How many?
But uncles? It's not an uncle. It's like UN3D.
No, it's not UN3. It's UNC. It's spelled with a 3 for the E's. You put UNC, I should be the top person that shows up on your list if you go search. Unless you're following a bunch of random uncles like a weirdo.
I can't do anything. I don't have Twitter. I'm off. It's over. I did find a girl that works there though. We're gonna try and slide on in. See if we can get back on there.
You know what?
Say it, JJ. Just say it.
You have a girlfriend. It's just weird. Like you would do that on the side, like a trap phone. Like you wouldn't.
I'm not going to try and fuck her. I just want to get into her DMs, act like I'm going to, and she gets my Twitter back up, and then I'm like, hey, I've got all these horrible things going on with my body. You don't want me.
Joey, Gary, did you get that same vibe when he was like, yeah, I found somebody at Twitter. I'm going to slide in, woman, female. Like the vibe I got was, yeah, I'm going to try to fuck that shit. You're just a weirdo, Holden.
I think Holden talks a big game, but he doesn't really fuck that many people.
No, I mean, I'm in a relationship.
Let's keep the takes coming. Gary,
I'm in a relationship. There's nothing else. It's one and one only. I'm not messing around. I'm too old for that shit too. Rockies Royals. Oh, Joey. So the Rockies plus 120 on the road. I saw this plus 135. Kyle Freeland's on the mound, the lefty going against the Royals. Brady Singer, who's been a punching bag 5 of his last 9 starts. How the hell are you backing the Royals at minus 140? Total here is 9. Joey Work. If anything, I lean toward your side. Well, I already bet it. And then I lean toward the over because I feel like both these teams could get beaten up pretty good. So talk to me. What do we got from this game?
Yeah, money coming on the Royals. You just got to fucking love it, right? Like the Royals are about to get swept in this series. They were the favorite in every fucking game. Minus 130, minus 140 in every game. They gave up yesterday. The Rockies scored 5 runs in the first inning. I mean, if you're betting the fucking Royals at minus 140, get a fucking different job because you ain't winning no money betting sports. I'm telling you that. All right. Freeland sucks. I get it. But, I mean, I'm getting a better team here. The Royals, all right. The Royals, the offense is not great. On the other end, Brady Singer has been, as you mentioned, a fucking punch. Is he already 7 on the year? The guy gives up every single start. I mean, he had like 1 good season last year. Prior than that, his ERA was almost in the 5s every single year, So this guy, he's walking people at a high clip too. His whip is almost 2. At least Freeland doesn't exactly walk that many people, So yeah, I'm taking my chances here. You get probably the better bullpen. Both bullpens suck, don't get me wrong, but the Rockies have a slightly better bullpen. I have Kansas City Royals ranked as actually the worst bullpen. Them and the Nationals, worst 2 bullpens in that I have ranked according to my stats here. So, yeah, I'm taking plus 120. I think people are betting on the Royals. So you can get a better number than I gave out last night, but I gave out Rockies money line plus 120. They're going for the sweep here. They're the better of the 2 teams easily.
Okay. By the way, Gary, my favorite 2 one-offs today are from this game, McMahon and Witt. So that's where I'm throwing. Go. Is this a good DFS game for the Bats? You're on mute. Unmute yourself.
Rookie mistake. Sorry. My dogs were barking, so I wanted to be considerate. That's what I get. Anyway, yeah. So Bobby Witt against the lefty, you got to like that here. He's got a 320 ISO, 409 WOBA, only an 18% strikeout rate against lefties this year. So definitely So definitely like some Bobby Witt, Sal Powell, basically the righties here. I'm not going to mess with too much of this game, but I'm probably going to catch some heat for this, but I don't hate Brady Singer in DFS today. He's 5,400 on DraftKings, which is almost min price. He's got a decent projection, 4.5 strikeout prop, juice to the over. So, I mean, he's got the same strikeout prop. Well, I do think Taj Bradley's strikeout prop at 4.5 is way too low. But he's got the same strikeout prop as Taj Bradley, who's 8,800. So just a kind of a price play. If you need a cheap guy in your lineup, definitely a multi-entry play there. Definitely not a single entry, 3-entry max. But I don't hate Singer here. But I'm not going to have any bats from the Colorado side. I just can't play him. All
right, not earth-breaking news, but just going back to the Tampa Bay Boston game. Jose Siri's now scratched, so no wonder, no Siri for them today. But we move on to the Guardians and the Twins. And Joey Work, interesting because Tristan McKenzie's coming back, got hurt in spring training. Joe Ryan's been pitching really well for the Twins. Low total here of 7.5, juice to the under at -15, -140 for the Twins, +120 for the Guardians. A stay away spot for me. Want nothing to do with it. How about you?
If you're playing the under, I would take on the first 5. I think Tristan McKenzie's probably only going to pitch about 4 innings, maybe 5. He only had, this will be his first start. He only pitched 3 innings, 4 innings, 3 innings in his 3 rehab starts. I don't think he's going to pitch very long. So it's going to be a lot of bullpen for Cleveland. Joey Ryan off his worst start of the year. So I likely, in this spot, I would probably back the Twins. After that bad start, he'll likely pitches good here. I know I made a comment earlier that, I do expect regression coming Joe Ryan's way. I just don't think it's in this game.
Okay. JJ, any thoughts? Twins, Guardians.
So Holden, after skipping me totally the last game, I have a bet in this game, and he went to Joey first. That's fine. They'll keep up the good work over there, Seth. So for me,
you just put that on there, or has that been there the whole day?
It was on there like 15 minutes ago.
Oh shit! All it says is there's 4.
Actually,
no, did you add it during the show? Did you add it during the show?
It was on there for 30 minutes.
You did add it during the show, so that's not my fault. Your fault.
Anywho, I do like Cleveland in this spot at a short price. I am agreeing with Joey that I'm just not in love with Joe Ryan, and I do think the regression is going to start to come. I don't want to say it's in big waves, but it's likely going to come. And I just if McKenzie looks even half of himself, he's likely at worst to pick him in this game. And I get he's not going to throw a lot of innings today, and his pitch count's going to be somewhat limited. But I also trust the Guardians bullpen. I also look at these lineups like. I much prefer the Cleveland lineup today against whatever the hell the Twins are throwing out there. So for me, I'm not convinced I'm getting the worst starter. I know that McKenzie's obviously going to be limped back in. I have a lot of confidence I'm having the better bullpen, and I like the better lineup today as well. So yeah, I think at +120, I think it's a great spot to back the Guardians. Granted, Ryan could throw well. They could win this game big if McKenzie gets blown up early, but I just think there's value on the Twins here at this short price at +120 because again, these two meet in like 2 months. I mean, this line at worst, even on the road, is going to be -110 both ways. So I think there's added value there for in favor of.
Yeah. Gary, low total game. McKenzie's.
Hold on.
What?
So JJ, who are you betting?
Was I constantly saying the Guardians?
Yeah, you have no fucking clue. I have no clue what you just said.
Twins are on the sheet, right? Are you betting the Twins?
I'm glad I didn't read the sheet, dumbass. Anyways, this guy comes out, he rips me for not looking at the sheet, and he puts the wrong team on there. He puts the wrong team on the sheet.
If people have even half of a brain, they'd look at it and say, wait a minute, +120 is not Twins.
Someone messaged you in the Discord saying, where the fuck did you get that line?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Where'd you get this number?
+120 for the Guardians. Yeah. Sorry.
See, look at this. Even Uncle T knows you're a jackass. Did you say anything, Joey Work? Can I go to Gary?
I actually went before. You went to me
okay,
before.
Very good, because I remember that now. Gary, 7.5 total. Do we want any bats? And do we want Joe Ryan?
Definitely no bats for me. Joe Ryan, no thank you. I mean, his price is elevated, 10.6K. He's going to be somewhat popular too on the slate, probably around 20% or 25%, somewhere in there. I just don't like playing pitchers against Cleveland. I do have some interest though in McKenzie and DFS. He's 8,100. I think he's going to get probably up to 85 pitches today. He can get the job done at 8,100 and 85 pitches. This lineup for the Minnesota Twins has a 27% strikeout rate against right-handed pitching this season. I'm not seeing very much ownership at all on Tristan McKenzie, around 6% on Sabre right now. So I like McKenzie quite a bit here.
What does McKenzie have to get? What does McKenzie have to get to you? To be comfortable playing him. What do you expect, Gary? Like point.
I think he's going to get 20 plus today. 20 plus DraftKings is what I want. So, I think we can do 6-7 strikeouts.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll take that. That's a lot, but 20 I think is a nice number. Angels and Astros. We'll get to this in just a second. Like button would be great. Helps us with whatever an algorithm is. I'm not sure what it is. Also, we've got the DFS side with Gary. Summer 33% off your first payment of a monthly or weekly subscription. And the interesting thing about this is nobody in the industry gives away or adds their optimizer into it. You're going to get SaberSim with that. Okay. You come in, you add the bet side for $20. Are you kidding me? Look at these gentlemen here. JJ, most of the time, puts the right team that he's betting. I'd say he does it at least 90% of the time. Joey Work absolutely kills it. No question. Our NBA team is on fire as well with Spread and Tyler and the rest of the group. So check it out. Summer 33% off the first payment. Next game, Gary, and we got to get moving because Dunkel does have a NASCAR show today. It's Griffin Canning for the Angels and JP France for the Astros. All right, let's do this. JJ, let's get back into the good graces here. Total is 9 plus 120 Angels, minus 140 for the Astros. Ohtani-san and the Angels getting this done today?
No, I don't think so. And I'm actually a Cannon guy. I've actually liked him. I feel like he's been undersold as far as the market goes on every game. And this is going back for a few years now. However, this is the Astros, and he's shown that he does get beat up against good lineups, so it makes the game tough for me to want it, even with a bias going in favor of Griffin Canning. On the JP France side, look, he could pitch well here. I'm not looking to handicap this. I think the line is relatively fair with some slide value in favor of the Angels, but I don't find it enough value. And again, Canning just tends to struggle against good lineups, so call that in favor of me being in favor of the over per se. But no, I don't love anything about this game in particular.
Joey Work, do you love anything about this game?
The Astros have to be the hottest team in baseball. 18-5 their last 23 games. This team has really turned a leaf here. Obviously, they're about to be in the lead in this division. I would imagine they take over Texas quite soon. And then that means the Angels ain't going to make the playoffs because they're not very good. 500 team, they're probably going to do a little worse than this going forward and probably under 500 at the end of this year. Griffin Canning, they have no pitching. That's a problem. And they got two bats. Griffin Canning's advanced numbers, not very good. He throws his four-seamer slider mix. I don't really trust him. JP France on the other end, I personally don't really trust either. So, yeah, lean. I definitely expect some lean. JP France's 2 starts at home have not been good either. Gave up 10 earned runs in his 9 innings in the 2 starts at home. Take that with, a little bit of grain of salt, I guess. But, yeah, I do lean over, but I'm staying away here.
All right. Gary, do we want some Astros bats? And listen, Trout and Ohtani-san always in the mix for one-offs or even mini stacks.
Yeah, I like bats for both sides here. Canning, so did a little dig on him. He's been extreme reverse splits this season. He's allowing a lot more power, a lot more base hits to righties. He's walking a lot more righties. And this Astros lineup today only has 2 lefties in it. I think they could give him some problems here today. So, yeah, I'm in on some Astros here. I'm also in on some Angels. JP France is kind of the same thing. He's reverse splits. He's allowing a massive 444 WOBA, 362 ISO, 91 mile an hour exit velocity to right-handed bats. So I like Trout, Drury, Ward, Renfroe. I like all the righties. I'll stay away from Ohtani here. Just mini stacks though for the Angels. I do like Houston full 5-man. So
all right, I just want to go in the chat real quick. So let's see what kind of guy Uncle T is. Jason Graham, Uncle T, how about my Shelby County Rockets baseball team? 2 wins away from state champs. And what does Uncle T do? Don't follow it, Jason.
Yeah,
this is the guy.
What a jerk. Uncle T always has positive mojo. I wouldn't expect that out of him.
I know. And not only that, he kind of poo-poos it. The dude is calling a girls' softball game today. Regular season softball for Uncle T. So
I think you guys are over-examining tone. I think it was just one of those things. Hey, Jason, sorry, I don't follow it. Like,
no, not from Uncle T. He's like, no.
Maybe. Still,
see, look at how hostile he is now. Not going to give a take when I don't have one. Shut the fuck up. I mean, this is the type of person.
Congrats, I don't follow it or something. Like congrats.
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, we're proud for you. Us four.
Way to go, Jason Graham. Don't worry about Uncle T. He's into softball. We're into you winning.
I hope they crush Jason, but let's not be enamored by the fake celebrations from the 2 boxes on.
I'm very enamored with you.
Okay, because this random quick circle jerk over a team they've never heard. Like, I just don't even get it. But Uncle T, we'd expect a little more nicer out of you, but I think I knew where you were coming from. So
he's back on my side too. Uncle T is like, I'm back on Holden's side, no question about it. So thanks, Uncle T, for admitting about all of the horrible things that are going on with your softball career. Tigers, White Sox, Matthew Boyd. I know the DFS guys think he's going to be a punching bag today. Michael Kopech has been coming on, 8.5K prop, looking a little juicy. 8.5 is the total. Joey Work -120. It's juiced to the over. +150 Tigers, -175 White Sox. What do you think of the White Sox lately? Any thoughts there?
Yeah, they're playing a little better. I mean, the fucking division. The division's the worst division in the AL for not even a question. The worst division in AL the last 5 years. So I mean, the division's wide open. They got a chance if they could get some pitching. They have the best starters in the division. No questions asked either. Best rotation, I expect. And now their bullpen's getting better. They got Liam Hendricks back. Shout out that guy. And Michael Kopech is a guy that I've been a Kopech fan for a while. God bless. He pitched the last start. He got a little bit hit versus the Angels, but the 3 previous starts were the best 3 he had all year. He's finally turned a leaf. He's not walking anybody. The last 3 starts, he's only walked 3 people. That's the key to success here. We've known the guy has good stuff. We know the guy throws 100 miles an hour. He puts it all together. He could be an ace in this league, but slowly but surely, I guess. Matty Boyd on the other end, definitely not somebody I trust. His ERA, the guy's numbers have been terrible his whole career. He had 1 good season, 2021. He only pitched 15 starts. Past that, he gets hurt every year, or he gets hit every year, and he's been getting hit all this year. He's getting hit every time he starts. So, it is White Sox here, but -175. No way in hell am I putting money on the White Sox on -175.
JJ, we're gonna get to Gary. I think he likes the White Sox offense. You like anything here?
I'm a Joey, though. I'm a Kopech guy. Just feels like from a stuff standpoint, he should have been what Spencer Strider is, or at least something like it. He's got really good stuff. He's had it for years. Maybe there's something screws loose, or maybe he's got vices we don't know about. But he's got such good stuff. There's no reason why he should look like a mid pitcher every time he's out there. So I agree. I lean the Chicago side, but the line does feel a little thick, all things considered.
Yeah, Kopech looking nice, Gary. Kopech looking good for me. And then I know you like the White Sox offense. Well, you like them going up against Matt Boyd.
Yeah, I like Payne. I stack the White Sox quite a bit, and they normally let me down. So I'm fully prepared for a full letdown here. But they are my top stack on the slate. I just like this. I like this lineup a lot that they put out today. Timmy Anderson, I mean, say what you want about him, but he's only got a 7% strikeout rate against lefties on the season. He's been terrible, but don't hate him here in a stack. But my favorites are definitely Jake Berger, who's been absolutely smashing lefties, 432 ISO, 445 WOBA against lefties this year. Luis Robert, 317 ISO, 492 WOBA. Eloy Jimenez, so he's doing well too, and he's also got BVP today off Matt Boyd. He's 4 for 13 with 3 bombs. So definitely sees Boyd pretty well. And I like Andrew Vaughn too, and Grandal. So I like full 5-man here, and I'm going to focus on those on 2 through 6. That's going to be my main 5-man on this slate today. Definitely love them a lot. And for Kopech, it's hard not to like him here. His last 3 starts, he's got swinging strike rates 16.7%, 16.3%, 17.3%. So I think he's definitely found something. Like they said, he's keeping his walks down a little bit. So, yeah, I'm in on Kopech as well.
White Sox lineup last in the league in on-base percentage, but we don't care. We want home runs, and hopefully we'll get some doubles and home runs this afternoon. We only got one more game on the main slate, and then we'll get to the later games. JJ, do you have to leave soon, or are you just going to go late with us?
Yes, Holden. There's probably 2 people waiting in a room right now for a show that starts in 1.5 minutes. Keep up with the race. It's been happening every week for the last 9 weeks.
I don't want to rush greatness, dude. I just don't want to do it. I think we should just do what we're doing. And if you want to leave, you got to leave. Gary's going to leave after this game, I believe. We've got Mariners, Rangers.
That ain't me. I'm innocent.
Joey?
Nope.
All right. So Gary has dogs and jets flying by his house. What's going on over there, Gary? This is an interesting place you live in.
I'm in the flight path. Sorry. Can't do anything about the flights.
He's a man of few words, but when he does speak, they are strong words.
That's his wife landing.
Well, no, so I actually got to drive an hour. I got to drive an hour to Richmond, Virginia, to pick her up. So,
all right. Mariners, Rangers. Rangers just been amazing this year. Bryce Miller for Seattle, Nathan Eovaldi for Texas. Joey Work. Total here is 8. Mariners are plus 140, and the Rangers are going for the sweep. And I don't love really backing a team that's going for the sweep here. I thought last week against the Tigers that the Rangers were going to get the sweep. They didn't. With all that nonsense being said, any thoughts?
Yeah, let's start the petition now. Nathan Eovaldi for AL Cy Young. Let's fucking start. I tweeted out a month ago. Let's keep it going. Guy's a monster. God bless the man. He fucking eats innings every single start. And almost, his last 5 starts, 4 of them been on the road. Now he gets to pitch at home here. Bryce finally faced a real lineup last week in the Yankees. It got fucking shelled. Other than that, he's pitched really, really well. I do think, it's hard to bet against this Texas lineup. I mean, this team fucking mashes. Every time I go out there, I bet against them 2 days ago, plus 130. I think they scored 6 runs in the first inning.
Mm-hmm.
So
don't bet against them.
It's hard here. Seattle's a 500 team. The way they're playing, they're not going to make the playoffs either, especially in this division. This division is quite good this year. I would, So, this is a hard one. I'm just going to stay away, but yeah.
Listen, the Rangers run line bet, nobody's been more profitable in the run line. These guys, and it's not a bet that I do very often. And I saw it last year with the Dodgers, and now I'm seeing it with the Rangers. They just crush teams. And when you think about the run, hey, JJ, in all seriousness, I think about the run line. If 75% of the games, 78% of the games are decided by more than one run, what's wrong with going with the run line?
I can't argue it, right? But it becomes a part where you're kind of following a trend that's already happened, right, and you're trying to project if that trend is going to continue. So, no, I can't mind it. They've been great. Eovaldi, it's starting to remind me of like Cliff Lee, just in the sense that as he's getting older, he's getting better. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's been great. Might be one of those random drug test kind of scenarios. He's been great. And to Joey's point, I'm not a Bryce Miller guy on the Seattle side. I haven't been, so it was. I don't want to say it was nice to see him get a little wrecked a bit, but in relation to this game, I think the spot is to lay the first 5 with Texas, but the problem is the line's already been seen about 20 cents, so kind of lost value there. So take that for what it's worth. But Gary Eovaldi, what's his ownership looking like today?
God damn it, Gary! Take yourself off of mute, you fucking amateur.
People in the chat keep telling me to mute the dogs. So
don't mute anything. Don't listen to the chat. You stay true to you. You're good at what you do. Don't worry about it.
All right. So Eovaldi, I've seen about 25% ownership on him, but man, he is $11,000. I mean, so you put that in perspective a little bit. Strider was 12-4 last night, but Strider's got a 40% strikeout rate, and Eovaldi's got a 24% strikeout rate. I mean, you're paying for his longevity here. You're paying for his consistency. He's going to get you 20 plus DraftKings points pretty easily here. His projection across the industry is 18 to 22, somewhere around there. he's not going to hit a lot of your lineups at that price with that projection, with the other projections that I have in here. So that'll keep his ownership down because sticker shock. I mean, people are not going to want to pay $11K for Eovaldi with only a 24% strikeout rate. So I don't think I'm going to – I mean, I have him in my MME sets, but he's not a main team lineup guy for me. Just too expensive for me in that environment, but I will have some in multi-entry. And it's as far as the Texas bats, man, I'm just going to start playing these Texas guys every day. This Bryce Miller guy, he's getting mashed. I mean, 91% average exit velocity, only a 19% strikeout rate, 192-foot average batted ball distance against lefties specifically. And it's not much better against righties. So, I mean, I think he's gotten lucky a little bit so far this season. And Texas is the best offense in baseball right now. So, and I do wish they had Leody Taveras in the lineup. He's not in the lineup. They do have both Heim and Garver in the lineup. But so yeah, I will have some Texas 5-man stacks today just because they're the Texas Rangers.
Yep, they're killing it. Gary, thanks for hanging out, buddy. Great work.
Holden, get us both out of here. Good luck, everybody.
Was that supposed to be funny or what? What are you?
That was supposed to be you get us out of here. Like you just always make it.
We got the F. We're not going to talk about the
randomly do an Irish goodbye last week.
We're not going to.
Said goodbye to Gary, knowing I have to leave as well, and you only said goodbye to Gary.
You said there's only 2 people in the waiting room, so why am I going to get you out of here? Who gives a shit?
It's the two people doing the show with them. It's not fucking the.
Who's doing a show with you?
Goodbye.
See, that was a good Irish goodbye. He got me that time. Hold on, now we got to go back to this. I mean, come on, Joey Work. That was a pretty good one by JJ. We do need to get to the afternoon ones. Hit the like button. That'd be wonderful. We'd love that. Summer 33, if you look over there above Joey's head, Summer 33 is a promo code, 33% off. First payment, weekly or monthly plan, includes Saber Sim. We do every single sport. Roland Garros, tennis right now, at JJ, Susie, spread, whole team over there. Don't want to leave anybody out. They've been wonderful. Baseball team. Hey, listen, I got nothing bad to say about anybody except for JJ, and he's gone, so I won't say anything anymore. So let's just move. What's up, Joey Work? Look at this. B-Nair, Team Dunkel. Get out of here, B-Nair. Get out of here. Joey, you and me can roll through this pretty quick. Orioles, Giants, totals 8, basically split down at minus 105 for the Orioles, minus 15 for the Giants. How about the Orioles on the road today, though? I don't mind a little Orioles on the road.
Yeah, I'm not against the Orioles here. I definitely like Tyler Wells over DeSclafani. DeSclafani's my neighbor too. He was born, or he's like, he played high school ball at the school right next to me, town right next door. Yeah. But DeSclafani goes out there and gives up runs every single start. He's given up at least 300 runs in I think 4 of his last 5 starts. The Orioles did get blanked last night. The lineup has kind of looked a little sketchy here. They are playing in San Fran, obviously a pitcher-friendly park here. So I do like probably an under. If you're going to take an under, I would do full game, as both these teams' bullpens are pretty good. And the Orioles probably could get to DeSclafani. So if you like the Orioles, I would take them on the first 5. If you like the under, I would take the full game. Okay,
next one to get to. We just got 3 games left. All right, Braves, Diamondbacks, Gallen, Soroka pitching matchup. 8.5 is the total. Juice to the under or to the over at minus 20. Plus 120 for the Braves, minus 140 for the Diamondbacks. This stay away from me. I looked at it briefly. Joey Work, you got a little breakdown?
Yeah, it's hard to predict what we're going to get out of Soroka here, but I do like Zach Allen, especially at home. ERA is under 1 thus far at home, and his ERA on the road is 5.4. So as you can tell, he pitches much better at home. He has had some cupcakes at home, though. He pitched against Colorado, San Fran, Miami, Kansas City, San Diego, and Milwaukee. So maybe this Atlanta team can get to this guy. But I definitely, what is the exact line in this game?
So again, it's plus 120 for the Braves.
Yeah.
Minus 140. Yeah.
So minus 140 for Arizona. I was going to say, if Arizona was an underdog, I would be interested in them, but at minus 140, it is going to be a pass. Atlanta's obviously arguably one of the best teams in baseball. But this Arizona team, slowly but surely, they're playing very, very good ball, stealing a lot of bases, manufacturing runs. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to get out of Soroka. So I'm just going to stay away.
Then we've got the Cubs at the Padres, Stroman and Ryan Weathers. Stroman's just been putting it together, Joey Work. He's just had some remarkable starts. What do you have, a one-hit shutout at home? Was it last weekend or early in the week? And now, but I look at the Cubs, the Padres just mauled them last night. And the Cubs had 2 hits, and one was by a guy named Monistat. I mean, it was wild. So I have a hard time backing the Cubs here. Then again, the Padres have not treated me well. 8.5 total, minus 110 both sides. You want to back Stroman today?
It is probably Cubs or pass. I mean, it's hard to really back this San Diego team. I know I got the hat on and all, but this fucking team looks good on paper, and that's about it. You know, this team cannot get a job done. I mean, and Ryan Weathers is definitely not a valuable starter in this league. You know, the guy's given up 11 earned runs in his last 15 innings. He's walking people at a high clip. I think he walked 10 batters in those 3 starts as well. And Stroman has pitched really, really good all year. In almost every start, he's had like 2 bad starts. Coincidentally, one was against the Dodgers. But yeah, I mean, this is tough. I would likely take, if you like the Cubs, take them on the first 5 so we don't get blown up in a bullpen scenario here. But it's definitely a lean with the Cubs and lean with, I would prefer to take them in the first 5.
All right. Like button, please hit that. Let's get to our final game, Sunday Night Baseball. This will be fun. Yankees at the Dodgers, Domingo Germán and Bobby Miller. Total is 9 and plus 130 for the Yankees on the road, minus 150 for the Dodgers. And listen, Joey, Bobby Miller, second best prospect in the Dodgers system. He's come up. He's 2-0. He's got a 1.64. He's given up 2 runs in 11 innings. Germán, on the other hand, I think the numbers, look good, but outside of Yankee Stadium, he's not as good a pitcher. And his ERA climbs up near 5. So talk to me here, Yankees, Dodgers tonight.
Yeah, this is easy. Dodgers are pass for me, and I'm a Yankee fan. Bobby Miller, very, very good starter. The Yankees haven't seen him at all. I mean, we really don't have much tape of him. Obviously, I'm sure they have tape from the minors, but you got to take that a little bit with a grain of salt. So Domingo Germán on the other end, he said the last start he was going to change something before the last start because the start before that he got caught with the sticky stuff. I don't know what the fuck he changed. He gave up 4 earned runs in 6 innings in Seattle. Again, as you mentioned, a guy that has better numbers at home than on the road, which is kind of funny because Yankee Stadium is a small stadium. But here we go to the Dodger Stadium. I don't know if you saw yesterday, Aaron Judge run through the freaking fence. So They got to fix that over there. But best player in baseball, he should win MVP, no questions asked. I get it all the time.
You're lucky Gary isn't in here because he'd fight you over Acuna.
Yeah.
You'd be like, Acuna. You steal
Acuna's in the National League, bro.
Yeah, but like you said, the best player in the game.
Yeah, he is the best player in the game. No questions asked.
Judge.
Yeah, Judge. Offensive, defensive. That's not even a question. Yeah. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So it's Dodgers to pass here. I'm likely going to pass. Stay away this Sunday Night Baseball. I'll have the game on, but I'll be working.
All right. As far as plays go, best bet for me, I don't even have a baseball bet today, buddy. It's all about the NBA. I got the Nuggets. We got the finals, game 2 here. Michael Porter Jr., double plus 225. Double plus 225. That's a Kush the Mush play right there. What do you got? What's your best bet tonight?
Today, 3 best bets. Full game over. Phillies Nationals 9 minus 108. Blue Jays Mets. I'm taking the Mets first 5 minus a half. And I'm taking the Rockies on the money line plus 120.
All right. That's wonderful. Like button on the way out. Summer 33 promo code, 33% off first payment of a weekly or a monthly plan. You get our optimizer Saber Sim in there as well. Wonderful to see Joey work. Thank you, JJ. And Uncle T, thank you for being around in the chat. And of course, Gary as well. Great work, everybody all around. Joey, great to see you, buddy. Keep running pure.